What's your greatest life advice? Matter of fact, what's the biggest lesson you've learned so far, or one of the top 5 biggest lessons you've learned so far?
It may not be 5 thus far, but the first one is to be present, and to not get into my head about things in life, and to be efficient and not try to squeeze everything into 24 hours. Is more about, getting things done one at a time. And I'm sorry, I'm like so off guard.
You good? You good?
And not trying to squeeze everything into 24 hours, and just being more efficient. So just being present, because most of my life, I would say that
All right, think you froze. You went out for a second.
Am I good?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Most of my life, I have been like rushing, trying to get that instant, gratification, like trying to get things instant, and it hasn't worked quite well for me. So this year, I've really had like my aha moments where I'm just, taking my time and not rushing, feeling like I'm getting older and feeling like I don't have enough time. So,
understood.
Yeah.
That's a major one.
What about yourself? I only gave 3. I'm trying to think of some more, but
no. I just needed, because usually when you say like the biggest lesson you've ever learned, that's a heavy weight to put on somebody.
Yes.
But it lightens up if you say, okay, well, what's one of the top 5? Just one out of your top 5 biggest lessons, and usually the pressure isn't as heavy, so that's why I asked it in that way. You did amazing. Okay, you had a question for me. I was about to get into it.
I'm gonna put it back on you.
Okay.
What is your biggest lesson or lessons?
You said, okay, my biggest lesson.
Yes.
Let me think. Hold on. You ain't even give me a top 5 option. Okay. It's a heavy one. Okay, biggest life lesson thus far. And my answer to this probably changed, but okay, I was gonna say karma. I was gonna say karma is the biggest life lesson.
Why?
But you said why?
Yeah.
Because there's you have good karma, you have bad karma. Usually when we use the term karma, we think about it in a negative sense of like I've done wrong, or I've wronged somebody, or I've slacked off, or I've messed up, and so I'm gonna have to pay for it. But the reality is karma isn't a negative thing. It's just the results of what you've done. So whatever you put in is what you're gonna get out. It's just like going to the gym. Exercise is a form of karma. So, if or the way you treat your health is a form of karma. So if I wake up every day and I work out and I go to the gym and then I get muscles over time, I'm not being punished for working out, but the karma of those actions is leading to better health, or leading to me maybe being more muscular, etc. But then on the flip side of it, let's just say I eat whatever I want to eat, and what I want to eat is horrible things. I don't take care of myself. I just let myself go. Okay, the karma of that is gonna be I'm gonna be out of shape. I'm not gonna be as healthy. So that was gonna be my number one, was gonna be like karma, because and we're in philosophy mode. So people have this assumption that God is punishing them. God isn't punishing you. It's just the code of how the universe is set up. Mm-hmm. This is the cause and effect of your actions. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But I would say that's number 2. That's the number 2 life lesson.
It's funny.
Or the number 2 biggest.
It's funny that you say that, because I was listening to an audiobook. I just turned on. I had this app called LibriVox. That's on my phone. So while I was driving here, I turned on LibriVox, and the first book that was playing, it was talking about like thoughts and law of attraction and frequencies and what have you. So it was talking about that actually. So it's like confirmation for myself, and just like making sure that I'm tapped into like the words that I'm using and that I'm putting out into the universe, even the thoughts that I'm putting out there. So I'm being more mindful, you know, like the way that I wake up. I'm usually mindful, but I don't think I have been as mindful, because the way that you start your day can change the trajectory of like anybody's day that's in your household, whether it's my son or just like people I talk to on the phone in the morning. I do like morning rounds where I'm saying good morning to people or what have you. So it's just me being mindful of how I'm setting the tone, or how someone's setting the tone to me, and making sure that like I'm very open to receive and speak to people and take on their situations for them. And yet I have to learn how to set a boundary to stop those conversations. How can I flip the conversation into a positive instead of continuing into that negative space with them? How can I help them out? So I'm like working on that right now.
All right, so you hit like 3 different points. Okay, so one was law of attraction. So put a pin in that. Law of attraction. Everybody on here, just help out so that we don't lose these topics. Yeah, law of attraction. Other one was what was the other one you had? The morning.
Yeah.
Morning. So okay, waking up in the morning, like that morning portion, and then another place to leave a pin is in dealing with energies,
Yes.
like people's energies.
Right.
Okay, so ironically, that was my number one, law of attraction. That's the number one lesson that I learned in life, is law of attraction. When I was like 17 or 18, I had this girlfriend, and she had me watch this movie. I think the name of the movie is like The Law of Attraction. I think the name of it is called The Law of Attraction, but it's like a movie / documentary called The Law of Attraction. And at like 17, 18, she had me sit down and watch it with her. And the concept of it was kind of like odd to me. I'm just like, whatever. You know, I wasn't closed off to it, but at the same time, I'm just like, okay, so you just think it and envision it, and then like this stuff is just supposed to appear. As a 17-year-old, really just being exposed to that, it was just like, all right, like I'm sitting here listening to it, but this ain't really. It's like, all right, whatever. But maybe like 6 years later, I sent her 6 years. You know, we went our separate ways, all that stuff over time. But maybe like 6 years later, I was working at this job on South Beach. It was like my dream job. It was this record company that was really pimping me, but my dream job. And I'm talking about, I had the keys to the building. My whole entire childhood, I dreamed of working at this, like being signed to the label, working for the label. And then here I am. I literally am the first person to come in the morning, and I'm the last person to leave. Like people can't even get into the building unless I show up to open the door. And I was just thinking about it, like, wow, like I'm really in here. I'm being pimped in the process. Like they paying me pennies, but I'm here. Like I'm really here.